So Q4, while it was a pretty solid period for the Amana funds, wasn't actually that tremendous of a market overall, particularly within more of the growth areas. So a lot of the factors that had been making it difficult for higher growth, higher valuation stocks, such as in the technology sector, continued to weigh on those in the fourth quarter. And that just reflects that there remains uncertainty regarding the path that the Federal Reserve will take with their efforts to battle inflation by raising interest rates. And there's a well-worn phrase in investing, which is don't fight the Fed. But people obviously are doing that. And we saw some of that in December, in particular in the fourth quarter, when some of those tech stocks and higher valued stocks that I mentioned started to perform a bit better. And so we did see some recoveries there, and people are speculating that there may be a pivot or there may be a reduction in the aggressiveness of Federal Reserve tightening. And that could make it a more favorable environment for these types of stocks again. What we can focus on and what we can come to reasonable determinations about is the outlook for a particular company over the long term. We can look at the quality of a company's management, its product, its competitive situation, its cash flow generation, and the strength of its balance sheet, its margin opportunity, and we can come to some sort of informed decision about what the outlook is for that company, and then compare that to the current valuation of the stock to assess if that makes for a reasonable investment candidate. So that's really where we focus on the individual companies that we own within the portfolios, the quality of their operations, and the outlook for their businesses.
2022 was a very difficult year for fixed income, with some negative returns that reached historic proportions. We believe that some pressures still exist within the economy that are inflationary, such as shortages in food, high prices in commodities such as energy in Europe, and other aspects of the economy. The entire Treasury curve shifted upward throughout 2022, with the 6-month Treasury rising over 400 basis points throughout the year. And this is just one example of how interest rates across fixed income rose throughout the year, making it very difficult to achieve any sort of positive performance. However, we also see this as an opportunity to enter some positions at a more favorable rate in the future.
Performance data quoted herein represents past performance and is no guarantee of future results. Investment return and principal value of an investment will fluctuate so that an investor's shares, when redeemed, may be worth more or less than their original cost. Current performance may be significantly higher or lower than data quoted herein. Performance current to the most recent month end can be obtained by visiting amanafunds.com or by calling toll-free 1-800-728-8762. Please consider an investment's objectives, risks, charges, and expenses carefully before investing. To obtain this and other important information, which you should carefully consider before investing, about the Amana funds in a free prospectus or summary prospectus, please visit amanafunds.com or call 1-800-728-8762.